Hi guys, welcome back to SuperSteel Gaming. It's Steelarrow with you here, and today I want to get into another video. Now what I want to talk about today is a few predictions for Enlisted in 2023. Just some things I think we could see in the game and possibly even in the community. Also guys, if you enjoy this video, please go right down there and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It would help us so incredibly much. Thank you guys for that. Also, leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think is going to come in 2023. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first prediction, guys, I want to make is I think we're going to see a very large change in the developer-community relationship in the next year. Now, there's a massive thing that went down over the high caliber update with massive boycotting, and it basically resulted in the devs making some pretty big promises, you know, to being more involved with the community and trying to get the community to understand their point. So I think we're kind of at a pendulum where it's either going to fall really bad and it's just not really going to be able to come back, or we're going to be able to see some pretty big changes and things are going to begin to get better. Now, that also leads me into my second thing, and that is I think this year is Enlisted's make it or break year. I think if Enlisted fixes themselves, you know, the community is able to be listened to and feel like they're being listened to, and the devs are trying their best to listen to them, and we're getting good content out, I think we could see the game really go upward. And I don't necessarily think it's going to be like, if it doesn't, okay, Enlisted's closing its doors in 2024. But I think that it's just, we're now saying that Enlisted's going to start going downhill. So I think it's kind of, it's either going to be Enlisted's going to get better or Enlisted's going to get worse. So I think it's definitely going to be Enlisted's make it or break it year. Obviously, I know I could be wrong about this. But I do think that there's a lot of things going on, so I do think we're definitely going to see some changes. So guys, my third prediction for Enlisted in 2023 is I think instead of having 2 campaigns, we're going to have 1 new campaign and a massive expansion to the Pacific campaign. Now, right now the Pacific campaign is fairly small with only a few maps and a few levels. I mean, they did just get a level update, but still it wasn't much. So I think we're going to see a pretty massive update and expansion to the Pacific this year, perhaps so big that it even cuts out 2 campaigns and only gives us 1 new campaign. Now, obviously, guys, I think that is a little bit vague. Maybe that will be kind of the whole year they're just putting tons of content out on it, or it could be 1 massive update. Now, the fourth prediction I want to make is I definitely think we're going to see a complete rework of the rank system. Now, under the assumption from the first prediction that the developers of Enlisted do listen and do start to take into account what the community's saying, I think we could see a massive rework in the rank system, as right now it's just completely off. It has to do with how long you play and how much you play, way more than it has to do with how good or bad you actually are. You could have a player who's honestly not that good that just has a lot of time to kill and plays a bunch, and another player who doesn't have a lot of time to kill but is still very, very good, but the one who plays more is going to have a higher rank. And I just don't think that's going to last, and a lot of people don't like that. Now, the fifth thing and prediction I want to say is I definitely think this is coming. I think we're going to get a new game mode. Now, I'm not just throwing this out of the hat. I think Enlisted has needed a new game mode for quite a while. I think a lot of people want that. I'm not 100% sure. Perhaps, you know, for example, night battles or something new. As Enlisted begins to expand and get bigger, assuming that everything goes fine with the community and the developers, I think we should and most likely will see some things to make the game more enticing, and perhaps even some more ad work. I mean, their ad work is so bad. So I definitely think we're going to see a new game mode. And I definitely think we could even see night battles as that, or perhaps something like airborne assault, or something new and enticing other than just squad battles. Now, a lot of you guys may not agree with that. If you don't, let me know in the comments, but I do think it's definitely possible. But hey, I'm open to be changed. Now, the sixth prediction I have is I think we're going to see a pretty big revamp of the mission editor. Now, the mission editor is really awesome. A ton of people use it. It is really cool, but I do think we might see a revamp where it's a little bit easier to use. We might see some new assets added in. So yes, I think we could see some possibilities for some new stuff to come from the mission editor. I think they might try to rework that a little bit. I don't mean that's going to be like a big thing. Like, I don't think it's going to be a Burning Sky level update, but, a high caliber size update, maybe. I just think we could see like that as a part of a bigger update where basically they're just going to add some new things, make it a little bit more intuitive, just kind of revamp it a little bit. So the seventh and final prediction I have for Enlisted in 2023 today for you guys is a 1940 French campaign. Now, I absolutely think we're going to see this. Now, the writing, guys, is just all over the wall. This campaign idea, I think, has more support than any other campaign idea after the Pacific dropped, and I think it also has a lot of stuff going for it, such as the fact that it has tons of stuff already in the game that is French. And obviously, the Germans are already set up and ready to go with 3 German campaigns. I also think that the fact that there's tons of French weapons and equipment in the game files also pretty much tells the tale. So I definitely think we're going to see that in 2023. I don't know what shape or form it's going to be in, but I think it's going to be really cool. So anyway, guys, that's what I have for you today. I will see you in the next one. This is Steelarrow signing off. See you on the battlefield, soldier.